Pittsburgh, a name that brings to mind golden bridges, roaring stadiums, and shining skyscrapers beside winding rivers. Once hailed as the Steel City, it was the powerhouse of American industry, a city that forged steel, built careers, and sustained generations of working families. But just beyond the polished skyline, away from the downtown lights and tourist snapshots, lies a different story, one not seen in glossy brochures or real estate ads. Beneath the Fort Duquesne Bridge, along the Allegheny River, and deep in the shadows of the North Side, live people without homes, without addresses, and often without hope. They are not merely homeless. They are remnants of a city in transition, men and women who may have once been steelworkers, nurses, truck drivers, or students. Now they are survivors, navigating cold nights and chaotic streets, resting on benches while the rest of the city sleeps. This is the hidden face of Pittsburgh. Imagine a night map of Pittsburgh, not marked by street lamps or building lights, but by quiet signals of survival. Tent corners tucked behind office buildings, sleeping bags rustling beneath bridges, whispered conversations along the Monongahela. These aren't random dots. They're a different kind of map. One that outlines where over 1,000 people live without shelter on any given night. Many of them find temporary refuge downtown, close to public services and soup kitchens. Others gather near church shelters in the North Side or along the South Side riverbanks, where the cold wind cuts like steel in the winter. And some, you'll never see them. They're the couch surfers, living night to night in borrowed spaces, never counted in official numbers. Every evening, they wonder, will I have a place to sleep? So how did this happen? In a city once known for its low cost of living, why are so many still sleeping on the streets? The answer lies in Pittsburgh's past. As the steel mills shut down, thousands of workers were left jobless. While the city later reinvented itself through tech, healthcare, and education, the transition left many behind. The skills of the industrial age didn't fit into the digital one. Neighborhoods like Lawrenceville and East Liberty, once affordable, are now gentrified havens of luxury apartments and trendy cafes. Longtime residents, unable to keep up with rising rents, were quietly pushed out. Add to that a fragile mental health system, cuts to funding, closed facilities, and a lack of long-term care left many with nowhere to go but the street. Domestic violence survivors, especially women with children, often escape with nothing and find shelters already at capacity. And the pandemic? It only worsened things. With job losses and housing insecurity surging, more people than ever were forced into homelessness, many for the first time. To wake up on the streets of Pittsburgh is to face a relentless battle. The day begins not with an alarm, but with a question. Where will I eat today? Soup kitchens open early, their lines already long with tired faces and empty stomachs. People wander the city with all they own packed into a single backpack. Some seek shelter from the rain, in libraries, bus terminals, or under eaves. Blank stares from passing strangers are common. Occasionally, a coin. Rarely, a smile. And when night falls, the stakes get higher. Fights break out. Belongings disappear. For women, safety is an even greater concern. Many sleep with shoes on, ready to run at a moment's notice. Friends take turns keeping watch, knowing danger is never far. Yet even here, there is community. People share food, guard each other's things, and hold down tents against strong winds. These are small, unspoken acts of humanity. Proof that even in the hardest conditions, compassion survives. But in the darkest corners of this city, there are lights. Lights held by volunteers, shelters, and outreach teams who refuse to give up on anyone. In the heart of downtown, the Light of Life Rescue Mission opens its doors nightly. Hot soup, warm beds, and kind words remind guests that they are still human, still seen. Elsewhere, Operation Safety Net takes help directly to the streets. Their vans travel through the night, offering medical care, clean bandages, and above all, compassion. Churches, too, open their doors when the temperature drops, offering hot coffee, dry clothes, and a much-needed sense of dignity. These aren't grand institutions, but they offer something priceless: hope. Yet shelters remain overfilled. Strict rules often keep people away, and trauma leads some to prefer the open streets over crowded beds. The city government isn't ignoring the crisis, but their progress is slow. Pittsburgh and Allegheny County are now expanding Housing First initiatives, providing permanent housing before addressing mental health or employment. Mobile mental health clinics are appearing more often, and crisis teams respond to the city's most vulnerable with emergency supplies, tents, blankets, even motel vouchers during winter storms. But budgets are tight. Competing with roads, public safety, and development, housing often gets the short end of the stick. Still, change is stirring. City council meetings now focus more on affordable housing. Residents and leaders are beginning to ask, can we build a city that leaves no one behind? At a distance, Pittsburgh glows. Its bridges shimmer, its towers gleam. It seems like a city that has moved past its struggles. But take a closer walk, and you'll find people sleeping under those same bridges, tents beside the riverbank, silent stories hidden in plain sight. This isn't just Pittsburgh's struggle, it's America's reflection. A land of opportunity, yet also of staggering inequality. So what can we do? We can start by seeing, by not turning away, by supporting local shelters, by demanding fair housing policies, and by remembering that behind every person on the street is a story, a name, a dream not so different from our own. Because real progress isn't measured in buildings or tech jobs. It's measured by how we care for those who need us most. And until no one is left out in the cold, Pittsburgh's story, and America's, is still being written.